Welcome to The Intuitive Therapist with Janis Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist podcast. I wanted to check in with everybody to see how your Mercury retrograde is going. By the time this is posted, it should be around the 25th or 26th, the last day of retrograde. And then we have a 2-week shadow period to kind of tie everything up. And then, even within this month of March, we've had a new moon and we've had a full moon. So there's a lot of activity going on with us emotionally, intuitively, so much ascension, so much growth. And I hope that you have been able to really look at your life during this retrograde period and these lunar cycles, lunar events, in a way that has been able to be helpful to you. I have learned to get into that process of not resenting Mercury retrograde as much as possible, because it really does kind of suck, with all the miscommunication and all the electronic junk that goes array. Like, seriously, I get it. My hope is that this time has been much smoother for y'all. We have, I think it's in June or July, y'all, another retrograde period in Mercury, where it shifts into a different sign. And I think actually what we're experiencing now is both the moon and Mercury is in the sign of Pisces, which is I believe it is a nice emotional feeling planet. And yeah, I do have to brush up on my astrology. And then I think in the month of October and November, we have our third retrograde, Mercury retrograde period. So y'all, I hope this year has been so good so far. Kind of funky that it's almost the end of March. Really, really weird. But that's what happens. Time flies when you are living your life. And of course, as you get older, y'all. Anyway, so here's something. I want to talk about something that excited me. I like to talk about things that excite me, but there's certain things that strike me that get posted on Facebook. And today's topic is about 8 things to remember when you're going through tough times. I know I've written stuff about that before, but there were a couple of things that were different from this author. And then there's one more thing I want to add. So it's really going to be 9 things, not 8 things. So I lied in the title, but I'll tell you why. So here's the deal. This comes from a post, an image. So the first 8 things, the points themselves are not mine. Okay, I'm going to be real clear. The commentary is, but the points are not. Comes from I think it's the company or the business Science and Metaphysical. I think it's .com, something like that. But like I said, I'm being honest. First 8 points are not mine. The commentary is. And the 9th point is all mine, y'all. Okay, here is one of the 8 things. Number 1, everything can and will change. Okay, so here's the dealio. I want to tell you all about this too. Everything I'm going to tell you today, you already know. You're going to go, yeah, I know that everything changes. But here's the thing. We resist change. We don't like it. We like things to stay the same. Why is that? Comfort is familiar. We can expect certain things, right? And change is a constant. It's kind of weird. It sounds paradoxical. Change is a constant. Change is a stable thing. Like I said, it sounds really weird. But if you're somebody that can shift from fearing change to being able to know how it's going to serve you and offer great benefits to you, changes in relationships, changes in job, changes in mood, changes in ideas, changes in experiences. Everything changes. And so if you just accept that truth, life is going to be a lot easier, and you'll be able to pivot and adjust so much easier and flow through life, really being able to let go of things that don't serve you, let go of the need to try to understand the why of things, and instead just move forward because you know it is what it is. All right, number 2, you've overcome challenges before. So when you really think about this, I know life can be increasingly difficult for some people. And sometimes things are smooth, and all of a sudden you get hit smack on the head with something so massive that you think, oh my God, how am I going to survive this? Or you get pummeled with things going on in life. You lose your job, lose your house, you lose your marriage. Sounds like a country song, y'all. I know. But that's the reality for a lot of people. And the reality for a lot of people is that when those things happen, you have to really look at a couple of things. One is that things are being cleared away for you. Things are being cleared away from your life so that you'll change it. Okay? Change some part of who you are and how you choose to show up in the world. But the point I really, really, really want to make here is that even though life can be really tough, and sometimes I know I've been there where you think, how in God's name am I going to ever deal with this? I have no freaking clue. I don't even know if I can do that. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm tired of going through these tests. I want you to look back on your life, and I want you to see all the times where you move through the challenges. You've overcome them. Maybe you haven't overcome them in the most perfect ways that you think you should have, but you're still here. You're still living. You're still breathing. You always have the opportunity about how you choose to overcome your challenges. There are always people to talk to. Always, even if you feel alone, you can go up to a stranger anywhere and say, oh my God, I need your help. God gives us people to help us through our problems. That's just how life works. That's why people become experts in their field. You always have resources, and you always have a history of getting through things that you didn't think you'd get through, right? Maybe you missed an accident. You missed just getting hit. Maybe, you've lost a job before and you lost one now and you're like, hell, I got another one. That's how I got this job. So have faith in yourself because you've overcome challenges before. Number 3, when you're going through tough times, please always keep in mind that what's going on is for you to learn from. We are not here to experience pain. And I say this in so many of my podcast episodes. Our life isn't just about feeling like shit, y'all. That's not what it's about. We got to learn from the stuff that comes up. We got to learn from the people who show us sides of themselves that we don't like, because that is a reflection of who we are. We have to learn to be able to see things, shift our perspective, develop a different mindset, pivot, think of new resources, new avenues, new options to solve a problem so that we can grow. That is what life is about, and to shift into the love for ourselves. Things become more difficult to deal with in our lives when we have contempt for ourselves. But if you have a little bit more compassion, just like you would with somebody that you cared about in your life, maybe a family member, mate, or friend, wouldn't treat them like you treat you, right? So everything is a learning experience. Number 4, not getting what you want can be a blessing. And I swear, y'all, this is so true. I remember so many times where I wished a boy would like me, or I wished I got a particular job, or I wished that I had a particular opportunity, or somebody would help me in some way, or something would happen. I wished for all those things, and guess what? When they didn't happen, I was hurt. And then, of course, as I matured and got older, I was able to look at life from a different perspective. I was able to see things not working out as really as a blessing, like the best thing for me, because then a different, better person came along, a different, better job came along, a different, better opportunity came along. Rascal Flatts has a song called God Bless the Broken Road. If you haven't heard of it, go listen to it on YouTube. God Bless the Broken Road. And it talks about the love that two people share, and how, had all these other relationships not worked out, they wouldn't have met. And so you have to be able to consider and look at it and say, okay, you know what? If something doesn't work out, I have to believe that it's for my best intention, right? It's for the best of me. So I ask that you really understand and you really remember, when you're going through tough times, that not getting what you want can be a blessing. Okay, so here's something that I think this is number 5. Here's something that I think probably will be hard for most people to do. But it really, really is important, because the whole point of it is to break up a pattern, okay? So when you're going through tough times, allow yourself to have some fun. I know that sounds really weird, because you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a bad mood. I hate my life. Nothing works out. I'm very disappointed. Lost my house, my truck, my wife. And I'm being smart ass because of it. The whole point of the point is have some fun, be silly, go enjoy life, go do stuff. Because this is just the thing that's going on in your life that's tough is a moment. It may feel like a really long moment. It may feel like it's long lasting. But I'll tell you, honey, it's a blip on the radar in your life. It's temporary. It is as temporary as you make it. Please remember that. So you got to have that balance of bringing fun into your life. You gotta do that, or else you're gonna drown in feeling that everything in your life is tough, and you can't get out from under yourself. Think about the things you enjoy doing: museums, dancing, connecting with friends, reading a book, exercising, whatever it is. Go do something fun. Number 6, being kind to yourself is the best medicine. Now, this for most people is really hard. It sounds elusive, and for a lot of people, they're like, yeah, this is a crock of shit. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, how many people really know how to do that? I'm serious. How many people really know how to do that? It is, to many, many people, a very vague statement. But I'm going to get real specific with you. And it's in connection with all of these other things, right? So when you're kind to yourself, for example, you don't beat yourself up for screwing up. You don't beat yourself up for having a little extra on your body, little love handles, a little extra jiggly bits in your jiggly parts. You don't. You just have the same level of compassion and kindness for yourself that you would have for your friends, because I guarantee you sure as shit don't treat your friends the same nasty, critical way that you treat yourself. I'm positive of it, because we all do it. And I'll be honest with you, yeah, I've done it. I'm much more critical of myself than I would ever be of anybody else. So be honest with yourself, right? And in your honesty, give yourself a little bit more love, a little bit more compassion, knowing that you're doing your best. And you know, if you're doing your best, then things are going to work out in the way that they need to work out. And you also know that if you're really not doing your best, that's going to be a signal for you to be kind to yourself while trying to identify how to do better. So be kind to yourself when you're going through tough times, because the harder you are on yourself, the harder your time is going to be to move through. Number 7, other people's negativity isn't worth worrying about. Okay, here, y'all, this is golden, this big one. Because most of us don't remember that people come to us with their stuff. All you do, you're on the receiving end of it. And especially when it's out of the blue, you're like, holy shit balls, where did this come from, right? So when other people bring negativity to you, this is part of actually the point that I just made, being kind to yourself. Take a step back. Do like the eagle does, rise above it. Look at it. See how they're bringing their stuff to your encounter, your interaction. And you can't do anything about how a person feels. I recently went to dinner with a few friends, and I encountered she's just a lovely lady, and we were just talking about something, and I gave my opinion, I gave my opinion, and or my view, my perspective, and I swear to God, she ripped me up one side and down the other. It touched a nerve with her, and there was a reason why I didn't react back to her in the same way she reacted to me, is because I've done work on myself around this. I know when people are bringing their shit to me. And so I knew something must have happened. I must have triggered something in her for her to snap at me. And so I was able to, like I say, keep some distance. And then I was able to say to myself, you know what, that's her stuff. That's not me. I knew that what I shared, it was in response to a conversation. I knew that when I shared it, I had no malice. My intention was very, very clear. And that I really wasn't looking for anybody to believe me. I was participating in the conversation. So I knew that her response was not for me to be concerned about or worried. It was a reflection on her instead of me. Number 8, remember there is always, always, always something to be grateful for. And I know that sounds real hokey, but I'm telling you, gratitude changes everything. Real gratitude, not bullshit gratitude where I'm happy about this, but. No, that's not gratitude. There is no but when it comes to real gratitude. Gratitude in everything. Every night I go to sleep, I tell y'all, here's what I do. I lay on my left side. It's a strange ritual, but I do it. Start on my left side, and I thank God for everything, from the socks on my feet to keep my feet warm, the bed, the shower water, the heat, the nourishment that I got throughout the day, the rest, the ability to see, hear, feel, know, the ability to have a feeling in my body. So if I'm struggling, like right now, my back's hurting a little bit, but I'm like, thank God I can feel that, right? You know, the opposite, what is that? Where you can't. Your body's nervous system doesn't work like that, right? So I go through the whole litany of gratitude, and it takes me about 10, 15 minutes. I thank my spirit guide team, my angels, archangels, like you name it. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my clients, the opportunity to do the kind of work that I do. I'm grateful for the shit stirs in my life. The people like this woman who had a pissy pants attitude, but allowed me to realize that I was pretty settled in me. Like, it was great. So I can be thankful for all sorts of stuff, okay? There's always, always, always something to be grateful for. Life is not all shit. You make it all shit because of the mindset that you have, the perspective that you have, the kind of glasses that you wear, right? How you see things. So here's the 9th one, y'all. I told y'all about a 9th one. Here's the 9th one. This is all mine, okay? And it's all about, especially when you're going through tough times, I want you to remember to focus on love. And here's what I mean by that, because that's really where it's at, love. This is the art of the pivot. And if you don't know what the art of the pivot is, go back, because I did a whole podcast episode about the art of the pivot, but how to move through challenging times. But really, love is where it's at. When you experience difficult times, it's very, very easy. Our attention immediately shifts into the hard parts, the pain, the disappointment, the unmet expectations, the memories, the triggers. We go right there. And all I'm asking you to do is acknowledge those things that have happened. And then literally as if you're sitting in a swivel chair, on the left is all the shit. And then swivel, turn to the right and shift your focus onto all the good stuff in your life. Love yourself better. Treat yourself as if you were your best lover, your best friend, your most prized possession. Many of you have pets. Many of you have children. Many of you have family members who you absolutely love unconditionally. You do anything for. I'm asking you to love yourself that way. Love what happens in your life, no matter what. You'll get through the pain. There's always somebody to help you, even if it's a stranger, right? I'm here. I'll help you. But I need you to know that loving yourself and focusing on love is how we're supposed to live in this world, y'all. We're not meant to be in pain. We're meant to connect, love ourselves and love each other, and work together to raise the vibration of this amazing universe. I hope this episode has helped you. If you're going through a tough time, please know I love you. Please know that this is temporary. You can change how you experience things. Maybe you don't change the situation, but you change how you experience things. And if you have a tough time with that and you don't feel like you have anybody to talk to about that, reach out to me. I'll see how I can help you. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week. I encourage you to live intuitively. Hop on my website, download that opt-in about the 3 forces that shape your life. Hop on over to iTunes too. Please take a moment, rate my podcast, write a quick review. It's helping me so much really get the word out about the content that I have. And be well.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist with Janis R. Cohen. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend and subscribe, rate, and review at iTunes.